Police say a mother of 6 is responsible for igniting the deadly flames that engulfed her family's home, killing 4 of her children. 31-year-old Bobby Kugler told a court Wednesday she's not guilty for killing her children. But an arson task force says otherwise. They, along with Rochester police, say Kugler started the fire in her downstairs bedroom. CNN affiliate reporter from WROC, Matt Malloy, set the stage for us. How did this fire start?
Investigators say that this fire was not an accident, that this was intentional, and they believe it's due to the reckless behavior of 31-year-old Bobby Kugler, the mother involved in this case. When firefighters arrived on scene, Kugler and her 2-year-old son were already out of the house, along with 3 other people, 2 teenage boys and a man who were able to jump from the second story of the home there. But sadly, 4 children were trapped, ages 14, 13, 12, and just 6 years old on the second floor. They did not make it out of this fire alive.
What did Bobby Kugler tell cops about how the fire got started?
According to court documents that we recently obtained, Kugler told police that she was actually lighting pictures of her boyfriend on fire at the time and throwing those pictures onto a dresser filled with clothing, and that's how investigators believe this fire was sparked.
It's just sad because 4 innocent kids just died like that, and they mom being charged with their murder. Everybody's lives just getting ruined. Oh man, it's crazy.
Right now, Kugler has been charged with 4 counts of manslaughter for the deaths of her 4 children, along with a felony count of arson. We also found out just yesterday that she has now been indicted by a grand jury on at least 1 felony count. We will not know the details of that indictment until it is unsealed later this month. Also, prosecutors say it's likely more charges could come in this case. I mentioned the 3 people who escaped the fire, many of them suffering some injuries. The teenage boy involved suffering a broken foot and burns. It's likely Kugler could face charges in connection with their injuries as well. And if all these charges come together in this case, she is not looking at a light sentence at all. We're talking about some serious time behind bars.
What about autopsy reports? Has the medical examiner issued a cause of death for these children?
We don't know the official cause at this point. We expect those to come out during the trial, but there's no doubt that these children died in the fire. Whether it was smoke inhalation that killed them first or the actual fire is still unclear at this point.
When the fire debris was cleared away, Ramos salvaged the cross laid out for its victims, Gage, Greg, Candy, and Caden. It rests in her yard, a reminder of what's been lost.
They're in heaven, where they belong. Where's she going? Not with them beautiful kids.
You mentioned an arson task force. What did they find?
The arson task force basically determined, it sounds like what Kugler told police in her original statement, that this was in fact started by Kugler lighting these pictures on fire, tossing them onto a dresser full of clothing, which they described in the court documents as combustible material. And one of the things we heard from firefighters on the scene that night was this fire spread incredibly quickly, so neighbors could actually hear the terrifying screams of these children on the second floor, but firefighters say it spread so quickly they did not have the chance to save them.
Every night I see those kids up in that window, pounding on the window for help.